Hey, Fort Smith, your board of directors makes the decision to hire a new city administrator. Okay, so this Tuesday at our August 4th regular meeting, at the end, the board went into executive session to end the process of a 19-month search. Within that 19 months, we had two searches. One internal, where the board and Fort Smith HR conducted our own search, and one with an external company that sourced candidates from all over the United States. There were many candidates in both of those items, or both of those searches, that were reviewed, and we came to a decision. So as we were coming to a close, as we'd gone through both of those searches, I was prepared to make a decision. I was ready to walk into that board meeting or that executive session and make a decision. As we went through that process, we were coming into the last week, we had 3 additional candidates and Jeff Dingman. But through that process with the external search firm, 2 of those candidates pulled out at the last minute, literally within the last couple days. And that left us 2 candidates, Bob Civic and Jeff Dingman. And at the end of the day, in internal deliberation, so being inside the meeting, Bob was not going to get the job. I thought he did well in his interview. I thought he had a lot of good answers. He gave me a lot of good information. He would have been a viable option. I think he would have been a good candidate, but he did not have the support of the board. That's just what happened. He did not have the support of the board. That leaves us with acting city administrator Jeff Dingman. So let's talk about Jeff Dingman a little bit. And let's look at his qualifications and the things that he has done as acting city administrator that made me, Neil Martin, choose him to be my city administrator, the person that reports to me and ultimately reports to you. So first off, he led the creation and alignment of the Public Works Department. This is headed by Matt Meeker. He's now over that position. Now remember this. A couple years ago, we had 700 water leaks in the city. Jeff makes this realignment. We are now down to under 50. Great organizational move. We realigned our engineering department. So we have Todd Mitge, who is over all of our engineering. Great move. Jeff helped finalize and come to agreement with the EPA and the DOJ for our wastewater consent decree. That is now done. We have come into agreement with them on terms, timelines, amount of work that needs to be done, all those things. We've come into agreement there. Jeff also delivered us a balanced budget for 2026, something that I have been asking for. I could not vote for the 2025 budget, which was passed just before Carl Gefkin was terminated. I couldn't vote for it. It's too much spending. I just couldn't do it. It barely passed, but I couldn't vote for it. I voted for a balanced budget in 26. Jeff heard me, heard some on the board that were asking for a balanced budget, made some difficult decisions to balance it, but balanced it. Something we couldn't get done under Carl Gefkin. The city needed a leader. The folks that had been working for the city needed a leader. I got a number of comments the day after from people you love and respect that are key employees in the city. Very important people in the city that reached out to me and said, good job. This was a good thing for the city. If we have a government change, that's on the table potentially if the signatures get verified. If we have a government change, Jeff can help guide that change over the next couple years. Everybody knew that. Everybody that was interviewing knew that there's a potential change in form of government. So it was those decisions, those the realignment, finalization of the consent decree, balanced budget, listening to me, gave me the information that I need to feel comfortable with Jeff Dingman. So he is now our not acting city administrator. He is our city administrator. I feel comfortable with being able to go to him to make suggestions and he follow through on that. So I think this is a good move. I was getting a lot of heat, have gotten a lot of heat online for making this decision. This was the best move for the city at the time. So I wanted you to be aware. A lot of people were wanting to know what I thought, why I made this decision. There you go. So we'll move forward. We'll move forward, and we will move forward in a positive way. We'll make progress. If not, we'll deal with Jeff Dingman in another way. But your board has to come up with actionable items, timelines, specifics, goals, all those things to make sure Jeff is successful and he's doing the will of the board. So you'll see that. If the board doesn't do that job, Jeff Dingman can't be successful. So that's what we're going to do. That was the big item on our August 4th regular meeting. Everything, we were all in agreement, 6-0 or 7-0. There's a lot of interesting things that got approved, and I'll share those out with you. You probably know most of them, but I'll share those out later. But that was our August 4th regular meeting. This Tuesday, we have a study session. We're going to talk about a number of things. We're going to look at our second quarter budget review. When we balance that budget, how are we doing as it relates to going through the year? So we're going to look at our second quarter budget review. We're going to look at the prioritized capital improvement plan for water. This is a phase 2 of that capital improvement plan. We're going to have a discussion regarding closure of water fill stations at the Lake Fort Smith water treatment plant. We're going to look at billing at Parrot Island Water Park. I know a lot of you folks are interested in that. And we'll also look at some other things related to unauthorized water use. We're going to look at changing our water meters from CCF to gallons. We're going to talk about that. And then have some final discussions about data centers in the city of Fort Smith. All things that you want to know about and you need to be aware of. It'll be at the Blue Line, 101 North 2nd Street in downtown Fort Smith. Go look at the agenda. If you want to know, is Parrot Island getting billed properly? Go to the agenda and look at it and you'll see. And we'll talk about it on Tuesday. That's it for this week's Give Me 5. Hope the information was informative and made you better aware of the items in front of your board of directors. Everybody have a great week, and we will see you next Sunday on Give Me 5.